Cory Booker. Cory damn Booker. Brother. Now, they're talking about this whole blackface thing. The whole blackface situation. Now, Cory Booker...
And so, how do we get to a point where we can
Hold on. Let me show y'all this. This is Cory Booker talking about the blackface situation, because there's so many people getting caught out there with blackface. So Cory Booker gets out here and starts talking about we need to see this from the white people's perspective. What is he talking about? Now listen to Cory Booker. So they got a nice hot plate of biscuits for Cory. I don't know what this brother, he ain't even trying to win nothing. I don't know what he's trying to do. But hold on. Listen to this. This is Cory Booker talking. Hold on. It's on the Washington Post. Listen.
So how do we get to a point where we can start having the conversation without people falling into a defensive crouch? Because sometimes when folk want to tell the truth about something, they fear speaking the truth or talking to people about what they don't understand. I've had conversations with white friends of mine this week who just had the safety that come to me and ask me, I don't understand this blackface thing. Can you explain it to me?
Okay, hold on. God damn. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Black people, don't go for that BS. That's a crock of BS. Black people, please don't buy this BS that white people don't understand racism. They don't understand blackface. Oh, I'm just confused. Racist. Is blackface really racist? I didn't know. Can you please stop? Black people, stop letting them run this game on you. Black people, don't let them run this game on you. They're not dumb. They know blackface is offensive. That's the reason why they do it. No white person over the age of 12 is confused about blackface. They've been doing blackface for 200 years in this country. Probably more. None of them are confused by it. None of them are confused. That's the thing. I told black people, don't let them run that whole "can you teach me about racism" game. The white supremacists are geniuses. They are very smart people. The white supremacists, they know everything about molecular structures, rocket science, aerodynamics. They know the E equals MC squared, the theory of relativity. They know all of these ingenious ideas, but the minute you talk about racism, white supremacy, all of a sudden they don't know nothing. All of a sudden they don't know nothing. They got melanin conferences. They study the molecular structure about melanin and duplicate it. They can create drugs that will attach the melanin. They create drugs that create sicknesses and children. They know everything. And all of a sudden, when you mention something like racism, white supremacy, and blackface, what? That's offensive? Really? I didn't know. Can you teach me so I won't do it again? Dude. And Cory's out here buck dancing, earning his butter biscuits, going along with it. Cory, you should know. Cory follows me too on Twitter. You should know better, Cory. That ain't the hill you want to crash on, bruh. You should know better with all this buck dancing you doing, Cory. Let me pull this up, man. Let me pull this back up. Come on, bruh.
Just have the safety that come to me and ask me, I don't understand this blackface thing. Can you explain it to me? Imagine in this climate now saying that publicly. Imagine, put yourself, want to have more courageous empathy, put yourself in a white person's position who might have questions. Look, I grew up in high school in the 80s, man, and
put yourself in a white person's... What? Put yourself in a white person's position? Family. Our job ain't to make white supremacists comfortable. We ain't putting ourselves in no white person's position. You know it's racist. Y'all need to do something about it. If you're not going to do anything about it, you're complicit in the racism. He's up here trying to... This is the governor. Listen, look at what this Negro is doing. The governor of Virginia, of a whole state who controlled the laws, the allocation of resources, the rules and regulations of law enforcement, who controlled the lives of black people, the governor had blackface on, and the governor was taking pictures with Klan robes and all this stuff. And this man controls the lives of people. He controls the lives of people. So this shows that black people, we got a person like this as the governor. You know how this could negatively affect the lives of black people? And the governor's nickname was Coon Man? So, you know, we saw in Virginia, no wonder we see that that's the state that thousands of white supremacists decided to come to and create complete mayhem and murder and assaults, where they got slaps on the wrist, by the way, and the law enforcement there didn't want to even prosecute them. You had to have activists go out here and find the damn perpetrators. There's a reason why black folks got beat up at the Unite the Right rally, and they start arresting victims who got beat up. We see who the governor is, and we see that trickles down to everybody else. We see that that's a white supremacist enclave. You see the danger that black people are in, and this fool said, well, we got to look at it from white people's perspective. Let's look at how white people feel about the blackface and how uncomfortable they are. Forget about the Negroes who's living under this damn terrorism. White folks are just upset. Let's think about them. I didn't know Cory was that big of a buck dancer. I knew he was buck dancing, but damn. I didn't know it was that bad, Cory. Good Lord. This dude, bro, the Democrats, boy, y'all ain't even trying to win this time, are you? This the best y'all got? Y'all got this out here? Oh, my goodness. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me play the rest.
Who might have questions. Look, I grew up in high school and now saying that publicly. Imagine, put yourself, want to have more courageous empathy, put yourself in a white person's position who might have questions. Look, I grew up in high school in the 80s, man, and it was a homophobic environment. I got to college and I started working as a volunteer. I eventually ran the organization. It's an organization called The Bridge at Stanford. It's a crisis hotline. Anybody can call in with any problem. We have suicide calls, sexual assault calls. But I'm a young kid, and I didn't know these issues. I started getting these calls from people who are struggling with coming out. And I started hearing these stories of pain and anguish.
What is this Negro talking about? Do y'all see this Jedi mind trick? It wasn't even a good Jedi mind trick. We're talking about blackface. This fool started talking about homophobia. What that got to do with this? He didn't even transition it right. This fool started talking about some damn homophobia. What the hell does that got to do with blackface and black people being under the threat of terror in this damn state? Yeah, man, let's look at it from white people's perspective. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, when I was in college, homophobia was, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, is he coming? Is he delivered? What is this dude talking about? Let me play the rest, man. Well, Cory Booker is a piece of work. I mean, he's just the butter biscuit crumbs all over the place.
Of hurt and fear. And I still remember a guy, I remember his name was Daniel, and he was a gay and lesbian counselor there, and he sat down with me one night and just gave me a safe space to ask him questions. What grace he extended to me to ask stupid questions of a guy that was not woke about LGBTQ issues. But because of that honest conversation, I saw my ignorances and I grew. Thank God he gave me a pathway to redemption. We got to tell the truth, but we, all of us, black, white, gay, straight, we've got to start extending grace to each other so we can have honest conversations and leave room for growth.
Oh my God, this is about the jivingest ass dude ever, man. Damn. Ah, man. Boy, this dude is jive ass. Oh, wow, man. Cory, you ain't even trying to get the black vote. And right now, they're like, the hell with it. We going for the white supremacist vote. These Negroes ain't gonna come around. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna start competing with the Trump administration to get that white supremacist vote. That's their only recourse. Now they're gonna have to start just throwing us all the way under the bus. That's their only course of action now. And speaking of the governor, I mean, when you get these Negroes out here who won't say anything bad or anything critical of white supremacy, I mean, that just shows you where they are. And the governor, Ralph Northam, he was on Face the Nation with Oprah's homegirl, Gail. And I know Gail probably don't like people calling her Oprah's homegirl, but shit, she is. And he was on there with Gail. And this is the interview he did. And he tried to be slick too. He tried to say something slick about indentured servants. So listen to this. Listen to this. Hold on. Let me get it together. All right. Hold on. Try to get my screen right. Y'all bear with me. Trying to play it so y'all can see me at the same time. All right. All right. Let me play this. All right.
For you in the state of Virginia. So where would you like to begin?
Well, it has been a difficult week. And you know, if you look at Virginia's history, we're now at the 400-year anniversary. Just 90 miles from here, in 1619, the first indentured servants from Africa landed on our shores in Old Point Comfort, what we call now Fort Monroe. And while
also known as slavery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Okay, you see he tried to be slick too? You see all these people are trying to get real slick lately? He thought he was slick. And luckily, Gail lightweight checked him on it a little bit. This fool said indentured servants from Africa. Really? The first indentured... Boy, you... Really? And Cory, you giving this a pass? This Coon Man just said that we were indentured servants from Africa. Man, if you don't stop, come on, Coon Man. She should have really checked him on that hard. My goodness. Boy, he tried to be slick with that. Now, this man knows good and well we weren't no damn indentured servants. Well, these white supremacists are real slick, man. They'll try to change the narrative right in they'll look you in your damn eye and lie through their damn teeth. Coon Man done lost his damn mind. Okay, the white supremacists, they're desperate, man. They are desperate, dude. And then some white supremacists tried to get all up under the comments. Well, technically, the first Africans who arrived were indentured servants. No, the hell they were not. Those black people, those 20-something odd Negroes that came to Jamestown in 1619, they were captured from a Portuguese slave ship that was on its way to Mexico. They got them brothers from the Congo they were enslaved. They were on a Portuguese slave ship and they were going to Mexico. The English intercepted and robbed the ship, basically. It was piracy. And they stole some of the enslaved Africans and brought them to Virginia. The other ones, they took them, I think, to Barbados somewhere. So these were enslaved people. They weren't no damn servants. These were people who were enslaved. They were from a goddamn slave ship. So let's just be very clear. All right? Don't let them run these lies. You think? The white supremacists are very good at just hoping that you don't know history. And then they'll slip some lies in there. You ain't slick, Coon Man. Man. Yeah, the Africans weren't given indentured servants contracts. And the slavery was off the books. You know, it was still slavery. They weren't paying them. They weren't giving them any contracts or anything like that. Now, the European prisoners who came over, they gave them contracts. They would have to work for 7 years or 10 years. And It was a white slave owner in Virginia named Hugh Gwynn who he had some indentured servants who ran away, some white ones and a black one. They all ran away, and when they caught them, the white ones, I think they got a couple of more years tacked on to their indentured servitude, but the black one, whose name was John Punch, they said he's going to be in servitude for life. So they try to say that's the first time that legal slavery happened in America. They'll try to lie and say that the first slave owner was Anthony Johnson. That's a damn lie. It was Hugh Gwynn. It was a white man in Virginia, and the slave was named John Punch. Look up everything I just said, look that up. You in? Look everything I said up. Very well documented. So Coon Man thought he was slick. He thought he was slick. This is why we got to know our stuff. This is why history is important. Because when we try to get tangibles based on history, they'll try to pull the Jedi mind trick. This is why it's very important to know who we are, where we came from, what we did, our accomplishments, our achievements, what real history is, so they don't run that game on us. That's why history is important, man. History is very important. You dig?